The plan was to make a floating countertop. It ended up being semi-floating. I hope you like how it came out. I really like it, although it did end up being the biggest mistake I made. It was late, I wasn't thinking, and I grabbed the wrong screw. When you grab the wrong screw, you don't want it to be too long. This time lapse I started with was the first camping trip of the year in late winter. What a struggle. I'm gonna build another support over at this side. This is exactly what I wanted. I used rivet nuts because you can't get a bolt behind here. I used my rivet nut tool. I got it in there. They didn't go in flat. There was like a little angle. I couldn't even get it in all the way. I don't know if it's stripped or what, but it's in there real solid. I took a washer, grinded out part of it, hammer and chiseled it into place. Like boom, boom. I've been dropping all kinds of stuff behind this water tank. All I know is that this is sturdy. Is there always a gardener out here? That looks good. Next is to epoxy the sink undermount. Can we just look at how good this looks? Man. Yeah, they're trimming the trees at the house. I'm gonna toss these boxes now. Tired of taking up all this space. Really hard to get these lines straight. I've had to expand out this side and this side. They weren't straight. Using the table saw and dropping the wood down onto it, that helps, but you can't go all the way to the edge. It's gonna cut too far. Finish this part with a jigsaw. So loud.
On this side over here, you can take these washers, put them in a vise and bend this end up and put it right next to the edge and put a screw in.
Oh yeah. Renogy sent me the wrong Bluetooth module, BT1. I'm supposed to get a BT2. They're so cool. I had to call them because they weren't responding to my emails. They said to keep this, they're gonna send me the BT2. So thank you, Renogy.
Hey.
What is it?
Crackers and cheese. It's really good.
I guess I'll try one.
Try one, then take the rest. Want me to make you any appetizers? Carne asada you're making later, right? I like it with that tree being gone, actually.
Drop this thing onto the table saw, straighten this line out. Worried about getting this corner match the other corners. Can't go all the way. Rasp. It's really sharp. I'm afraid to even. Whew. That is what you call the right tool for the job. Who doesn't love the sand? Moving up. Oh, this is 220. Some 100 grit. Keep moving up in the grits until we're smooth. Ooh, grits. That sounds good. A little cheese, salt, butter. My dad just picked this thing up. They had a special at Lowe's. Did I just screw this up? They don't match up perfectly. Looks a lot better than this corner now. Gonna make it real smooth. The reason why I dropped this down on the table saw, there's a gate. This thing, it holds it into place so I can get a perfectly straight line. This is much straighter. Look at my hands. I need to cut this a little notch out. This counter needs to move over this way a little bit. There's a bracket right here. My faucet has to be mounted over here, too far away from the sink. There's a board right under here. I did get most of the cut.
Backyard.
Yeah.
What happened? You said just a tree.
There goes our notch. Test fit this. If this bracket right here is out of the way now. This is where the countertop is. I put tape over and under it. I want to be able to remove this wall easily. Plenty of room now. What? Yeah. Got a Craig jig. Thought I was gonna do this build without having a Craig jig. I'm glad I got it because it's gonna make certain things easier. My Galley. And the problem I'm trying to solve, there's a weak point. There's only this much wood right here. it bends. Let's say somebody were to sit on the end of this. I think this would break. That's a problem. Can't have that. How do I support this end without putting a leg all the way to the floor? I'm trying to make a floating galley. By gluing this to here, it's going to give a lot of support on this end. This is called a Craig K4. You'll see how this thing works. If you watch van videos, you've probably seen this. You can see how the screws come out. I just spent the last half hour watching videos and reading about how to use this jig. My dad just came out here knowing nothing and started telling me how I needed to do this. He was way off. This should support it really well. Here it kind of sticks out a little further than I want it to. If I use the table saw to put this groove into the wood, you unscrew it here. You set it to the thickness. I'm 3/4. Set at 3/4. Set the distance. The flange piece at 3/4. Tighten that. There's a cool little place to keep this Allen key. This is set. This is set. There it goes. I'm using this, what is this called? A
Corner brace.
I put glue in angle brackets to screw it together, make sure it's extra secure.
I think I would drill a pilot hole if I were you.
If I drill a pilot hole, then I might go too far.
No, that's what I'm doing right here. See this?
Do you call that a pilot hole? It's like a millimeter. You sure this is a drill bit?
Maybe that's one of the ones that are dull.
That's it for a pilot hole?
That should work.
Somebody didn't clean out the lint. Look.
Make sure that didn't push that corner apart.
I don't think so, because the back of the corner is still...
Yeah, okay.
So I gotta go get 2-inch pocket screws now. Router to put a smooth edge. Should definitely wear eye protection when you're using this. I put the glue in the joint. I put the weed in. I have an extra long extension. It seems to be the right size. Oh my god, it went through. I messed up. I wasn't supposed to use this one here. Oh my god, I just screwed up. Oh my god, this is my first major screw up. That wasn't supposed to go there, guys. I was supposed to put a 1.5 there. Oh, why didn't I put my hand there? To make sure. So depressing. Unbelievable. I just put a hole straight through. I think we're going to be okay there. I'll sand it a little bit. Gave a little more black stain on the edge. It's hard to get it to look even. But this was the hardest. The partition was really hard. Adapting old partition from a 30-year-old van to put into the high roof. This was harder because there's so many details. I've put days just into this. This is not what I thought it was going to be when I started this project. 1-inch thick stone countertop, because I thought that would look really nice, kind of like what people have in their houses. This piece was something that my dad made for me about 8 years ago. I was living in a tiny home. There was less kitchen space for preparing food than this. Living in there is what really prepared me for living in a van, because I didn't have garbage disposal. Also, there was no counter space. So my dad, I had this girlfriend, not that she like cooked a lot of food or anything, but I just wanted to have somewhat of a normal kitchen. So my dad made me this countertop, clearing out my storage, preparing for van life. Certain things like this that have sentimental value, I don't want to get rid of. That way I'm saving money by not going and spending hundreds of dollars on a stone countertop that I've never worked with stone before, so that would have been tough. Stain it black. So then it'll be similar to my stone countertop that I wanted to get. This support piece, it looks more like a trim piece, accomplishes my whole goal of making a floating galley. I can't believe I screwed this up. I am so psyched. Like, so psyched. It's beautiful. For really though, I can't wait to get past the build portion of this van and just get out there and use the van. Not to that I won't like still have some modifications left to do in the future. Plumbing, I got the power working. I want to get the different outlets and the systems, get out there and use it. I am ready to go to Mammoth and do some skiing and snowboarding. I just need to get this in there. The countertop right, I need to grind off some of the angle with the angle grinder. Cool thing is I don't have to run an extension cord 100 feet from the garage. You need a robust power system to power something that takes the kind of power that this does. 5 amps. Oh, we're good to go. Measure 1,000 times, cut once. Shit, that's hot. There's so much I have to do here. Oh, overwhelming. Really is the hardest part of this build so far. One of the most important parts, because this is something that you use a lot. I haven't been recording everything. I've done really good not having screw ups. But then yesterday, I drilled through the countertop, or I screwed through the countertop. See this black mark right there? I don't know where that came from. I was working with these and I was trying to cut off the end. And I started cutting there. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Fortunately, it's still strong. Messed that up. They're gonna go across. There's a hole that I still need to drill. It's so heavy. It's a lot lighter than a lot of people's galleys. Look at how it just slides right into place. Slide, slide, slide. Boom. I still need to support this corner. I feel this intense sense of accomplishment right now. Oh, yes. Yes. I haven't been shooting everything that I'm doing. I'm trying to focus. I don't want to make any mistakes. I already drilled through the countertop here. These are plumbing pipes, legs, inspired by a friend's shelf design. I'm trying to keep this whole area open. I hope now you have a lot of faith in my abilities. I got it done. This thing's held on with rib nuts. I hate rib nuts. This one's just spinning. The screw's not all the way in. In order to fix it, I'm probably gonna have to cut this thing out. He wants to hang out.
I know, he does.
It went in far enough, now it's just slipping off.
You got it a lot of the way.
Let me see. Whoa.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to turn this around so I can get to it. Ah! I got my fingers.
I just completely took the threads off with this.
Yeah. Ouch, it's hot.
Whoa! Look at this. Yeah.
You had no idea putting that sink in was going to take a week.
A week? A month? Week would have been nice.
Yeah.
Everything's taken that I've done has taken at least a week. The partition took 2 weeks. It's still not done.
Yeah.
All right. Drilled it all the way through now, so there's plenty of room. The way that this thing works, unscrew this. It's a little spring-loaded thing that slides down. Once you slide it down, you can unscrew this. It comes with little cases. Put this piece away so I don't lose track. Put on my new piece by sliding this spring-loaded thing down again. Screw it down. Put in this part. Put on my rib nut. You want to open this up, get this screwed down all the way. It's ready to go. Slide it into the hole. That's what she said. This thing fits tight. I can see it coming out the other side now. This is tough. Ow, ow, my... Don't forget to stretch and do your warm-ups. This is what this part's for right here, is to get it out after you do it. Boom. My dad's bolt that I found. I need to re-tap this one. A tap. A die would be to put the threads onto this. This is super hard metal, and it's making new threads in my rib nut here. The last thing I want to do is have to drill this rib nut out that seems to be seated pretty well. It's turning nice, which tells me that the threads are cut. Take it out. Tap and die sets are really expensive. I think you could get one at Harbor Freight. Completely undisturbed. That's how hard this metal is. Gotta be real careful. They're all ready to go. This is rust inhibitor paint that I put on there. My dad's so hilarious. He has like 1,000 different kinds of screws here. Coming away from the wall too easily. I don't want to drill, like it's nice and clean there. I don't want to drill through, but in order for this thing to be really supported well, one bolt through, all the way through. For a clean look, I want a tapered screw. And my dad's like, oh, I don't have anything like that. And the reason I'm mentioning this is he does that all the time. Like almost everything you ask for. I don't think I have anything like that. Well, he looked, he couldn't find it. I looked, here it is. You may want it to look clean and perfect, but isn't durable and strong better than clean and perfect? Drill a hole through here, countersink it. If the bolt is in, and this thing is strong as can be. That was worth it. Oh, yeah. And if you're ever in my van, don't do what I just did. You need to open up the sink so that water can run. Air's coming out of the sink. Doesn't seem to be really priming. Air is still coming out.
Something's not right.